Yeah, for us, it's really just making sure that we're technically sound, being plastered on bodies, basically meaning like being on your guy, like making sure whenever it's a scramble drill, making sure you're still on him, just making sure that we take care of all the little things, the P's and Q's, cross our T's, dot our I's, make sure that we just have everything right in the back end.
What strikes you about Louis was passing?
Yeah, they like to take shots, so we have to make sure that whatever coverage we're in, we need to know that whatever formation they're in, that we have to make sure that we're not letting anything over our heads, and they have really good receivers on the outside, a pretty explosive running back, so we have to make sure that we make sure we handle our job.
You waited a long time to get into this role to be a starter. I feel like we asked you about it all summer and spring. What's it going to be like to be? Well, now we're almost at the end of the season. What's it been like to be a starter? How has it been what you expected it to be, or is it different than what you thought this job would be like?
I mean, it's pretty much what I expected it to be. Stat-wise, of course, I would like to be a little bit better there, just getting my hand on the ball a lot more. But, I mean, this is what I expected. In this defense, as a corner, you have to be locked down, making sure that, you're on the island most of the game. So you have to make sure that you're taking care of your job. And, this year, for me personally, I say it's been up and down, but I feel like I've been gradually getting better week by week.
You mentioned getting your hand on the ball with more, maybe a sign of respect for a cornerback if the ball is coming your way very well?
Yeah, I think it is, but I would still like to make a couple plays here and there. But I mean, I just make sure that I'm doing my job, and if the ball isn't coming my way, then I know my guys on the other side are doing their job as well.
I feel like that was Marquez's thing always. It was like, you can tell how good I am because they don't actually throw at me. Did you sort of pick that up from him a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. That was it was kind of like that for me in high school as well. I didn't get a lot of targets in high school, so I mean, it's just kind of carrying over to this level now. It's just making sure that I don't fall asleep on my opponent, making sure that I stay locked in every play, and because you never know when the ball will come your way.
How do you think Tamon's done actually getting started?
He's done amazing. He's me, him, Shy. We all get together. We're just trying to make sure that, whoever we're playing against, we all know what receiver, like what their tendencies is and how we're able to stop them, what technique we need to use. But Tamon, he's been pretty great.
What's the biggest thing you've learned about yourself this year as far as how you challenge yourself, how you push yourself, things like that?
Yeah, I'll just say the main thing for me is just, continue to have confidence in myself. When you step on the field as a DB and you're on the island, you can't be scared. You got to have confidence in yourself that regardless of who I'm going up against, whether it's a first-round pick or an undrafted player or a freshman, I have to be the best on the field.
Is that like sort of you get your feet wet type of situation? Like, you study a lot of tape for years, and then it's like, okay, now you're here, and you actually you're in the moment.
Yeah, it's really just, of course, like you said, being in the moment, be where my feet are at, and just dominate.
You said you feel like you've been getting better week to week. How much of that do you think is just getting comfortable being out there? I mean, I know you've been here for a few years, but actually being out there playing in this defense and just getting more and more comfortable with it as the weeks go by.
Yeah, I say that plays a huge role with it. Week by week, just getting the reps, because practice reps, that helps you for the game. But game reps, that's totally different. So just getting those reps in game and continue to learn from my mistakes, continue to get better at the things that I'm doing good at. But yeah, I feel like those game reps are helping a lot.
We were talking with Coach Sanders, and he said that Kyle kind of helps make everyone better, kind of lift everyone up. I mean, what do you see from the corner spot?
Yeah, Kyle, we all know this, but Kyle's a dog. He definitely helps us whenever we need a reroute. He's there. He's helping me do my job a lot easier. He's making sure he handles his job, and really as a defense, we all have a job to do. So as long as we all do our job like Kyle does, we'll be fine.
Is there like an emotional side of it too, where he's kind of a vocal leader, or somebody keeps everyone out when things aren't going well?
Yeah, Kyle's to himself off the field more times than not, or at least around me he is. But when we're on the field and we need a play and we all know it, like Kyle, he's definitely a voice you hear in the huddle that says we need to get it going.
You guys all have your different nicknames for your position groups, but the Sharks are the one that seem to have caught on. You got the fans doing, everyone's doing the Shark thing. You got the Shark. Has everyone else started to kind of all approach the whole Shark thing, or you guys still keep it to like some of you guys the Hounds, different group names?
Yeah, no. At the end of the day, we still hounds. The DBs, we still hounds. Game time come around. They make a play, we gonna throw the shark up sign too. But no, at the end of the day, the back end, we're hounds. We want to get the ball. We want to get the ball too.
What's it been like seeing that from a defensive perspective? Like, something that just starts off with something just silly, just in the locker room, just to motivate yourselves, and then you see fans with people dressed up in full shark costumes in the games.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to see how it kind of just grew, because it did start as a locker room thing, and to see how the fans kind of caught on to it, and now I'm looking in the student section, people having shark floaties and wearing shark costumes. It's kind of like, dang, like this really caught on, and we gonna go with it, we gonna roll with it.
Anything final? Ryland, thank you.
Sir, thank y'all.
I know we gotta be better. That's the main thing I've taken away these past 3 weeks. I know we're fighting. I think, I learned that really this last game. It wasn't going good for us, especially as O-line. We were getting up a lot of pressure, and we fought through the end of the game, and you want to win those, but it just didn't go our way at the end. But I think we're fighting and we're trying to get better. So.
Ryan, you played left tackle before, but was the transition from right back to left maybe even more challenging than you expected it to be?
Yeah, it is. Last year I did it for Notre Dame when Branton got hurt, and last year it was I was training everything, so I was used to playing and getting in both sides. Was this year I was focused on right. I thought right was going to be my position the whole year. So, I thought because of last year I played pretty good at the one game at left tackle. I thought it was going to be easy transition, but there's been some tough stuff that I didn't expect. But I got 2 games under my belt. I started to really pick it up towards the second half of Clemson. I felt pretty confident, and I just need to keep stacking days and keep getting better at it. I had a pretty good practice today, so just keep getting better.
Right, you guys can only be so physical in practice. What can you do in those settings to get better as a coach?
Like you said, you can only be so physical, but you just got to push it to that limit every day. And individual drills say even if we aren't going full speed, you just got to be so proud of your technique. You have to have a pride in what you do, and that's really the only way to get better is if you take the steps to get better. So you just got to have pride.
Who's left tackle your future, you think?
Wherever they put me, I'll play. I would love to play left, but I was starting to get pretty comfortable at right, and I found confidence in right. So wherever they stick me, I'll play. So.
As an older guy who's started most of the season, how do you help some of these new guys in the lineup get comfortable with some of those receiver movements?
There's nothing like experience and getting put into getting tested in actual battle. So just you got to be able to lock in on the QB snap count or whatever, and just. Once bullets are firing, you might see some stuff that they didn't do in practice because, there's a pressure of crowd noise and, the defense is making communication. So I think that's just mostly stuff that you have to learn through, being battle tested, and it's just discipline, really. You just got to be disciplined in practice, and what shows up in practice will show up in games. So.
How do you deal with those frustrations of those procedure penalties, and how do you deal with them in practice when you guys work on it? How do you stay a bit more disciplined?
If you do false start, then you got push-ups, but you just can't do them really. It hurts the team. You can't start behind the sticks, or even worse, you can't be in a position to score and back yourself up 20 yards and hurt the team like that. So it's just the situation, and you just can't do it. So.
What have you seen from some of the guys that needed to step in? Jackson, Isaiah, some of those guys.
Isaiah he's so physical, and I think I heard Darvo say it's just little technique things, but he's so talented that a lot of the times, even though if say he messed up on technique, and he's so gifted that he can fix it just off talent. And then Jackson, he got into his head a little bit, I'll say that. He got one rep, and the dude got him inside, and then after that, he kind of, looked a little timid out there. So what I told him is just, you got to be, stuff's going to happen. You're not perfect. Stuff happens throughout a game. So, no matter what, you just got to be you, and you just got to play ball. You can't be scared and sitting there overthinking while playing. So.
Brian, you mentioned pride, and this is an offensive unit that was scoring a ton of points early. How have you guys come together? How are you kind of dealing with this? What's the by going forward?
How do you want to finish the season? You know, we started off 7-0, everything was going hot. Now things aren't going hot. Do you want to be known as the team that just ran off the tracks, or do you want to be remembered as a team that picked it up at the end and built some confidence going into bowl prep and then into the next season? So, you know, we just have to start by like today in practice, tomorrow in practice, and then, you know, just take off on Saturday and show the people we're still that same team. So.
After the Virginia game, with the holding on the 2-point play, there was a lot of talk about it wasn't hold, it was just something that you do. It's like a move you had. I think Pat even said that. Is that something either you or the coaches have to sort of communicate with the refs about, like, look, here's this thing I do, it might look a certain way, but, you know, it's not that?
Yeah, you know, that's something the coaches worry about. I don't know. It's just, I learned from Gabe Hoy. Like, Gabe Hoy, that was his favorite move, so that's just something that I've been taught from my years here, and it's kind of my fault too. You know, I had 2 holding penalties early on in that game, and obviously, you know, if someone gets 2 penalties, the refs are probably going to be keen on you. And they were dumb penalties by me. It shouldn't even happen. So if you know that you're being looked at, just don't even do something stupid like that. I had them blocked. I didn't have to do it. So, you know, just unnecessary.
Are you still doing the move?
Yeah, I'm going to do it. You can't let someone, you know, kind of like the same thing I just said about Jackson. Just because it messes up one time, you can't be scared to do it. I was doing it throughout the whole year. And just because, you know, 1 penalty throughout the 10 games I've been doing it, you can't let it scare you.
How do you think Nate did stepping in last week?
He's a warrior. I mean, I already had so much respect for Nate, just how he's been his whole career here, stepping in like that. And to go through the beating, honestly, that we put him through like that, the hits that he took and he still battled through, you know, we owe him anything. Like, he gained a lot of respect in this building for that. And, you know, I wish we could have pulled it through for him. So.
Do you feel like you have that in both quarterbacks? As far as toughness and, you know, ability to take hits?
For sure, yeah. Eli's really tough. I mean, I've seen him battle through. Like early on when our protection wasn't great, he was battling, especially that West Virginia game. You know, he kind of put us on his back in that 4th quarter. So, you know, they both have tremendous respect in this program.
What's it do for an offensive line when you know you have 2 guys that can be back there that are tough and warriors, as you said?
It just gives you a confidence because, you know, like, obviously you don't want to get them hit. Like, you don't want to get your QB hit, but, like, it's just, like, you know, like, maybe if it's a run, like, Nate, you know, diving or putting his shoulder down to get that extra yard, to get us the first down, or Eli, you know, in West Virginia, like I said, he got that first down, got up, he took a hit, and then, you know, did his little first down, hyped the crowd up. It's just something, like, it gives you confidence to just go and play your game because you know that, like, they're tough and they're playing there. So, you know, it's just a confidence thing for us.
Anything final? Ryan,
I appreciate y'all. Have a good day.
Thanks, Ryan. I feel like we've heard a lot about your work in the film room. Like over the past couple of weeks, coaches will say they get in here, you're already in here watching film, and Corey said that yesterday. You've always had the athleticism, but how much of the success you've had this season do you attribute to just studying and learning how to be better at that part of the game, studying, you know, the film study, that kind of thing?
That was the biggest thing that, you know, changed my perspective on, like, how I see the football games, you know, because athleticism is one thing, but, you know, especially at linebacker, like, all you got to do is take one wrong step and you already lost the play. So once, like, Coach Manley already opened my eyes to that, then, you know, I just exaggerated it. So I made sure, like, I stayed on top of my field game because as a linebacker, you gotta know everything. Like, you're not just in the pass coverage like a DB or just in the run game like the D lineman. You really gotta know everything. So I always try to prepare myself in the best way I can every morning for every practice, even if it's just like, you know, from spring practice to fall camp to end season. I always try to prepare myself the same way.
Is there a play that you've made this year that immediately you thought, that's because of that extra work I did? I don't know if there's an example you could give us that of a play you made that it's because you did extra work on a certain route or tendency or whatever, that's why it happened.
Usually it's probably, I mainly say, like, when teams used to run OZ a lot of times, I mainly say, like, simple plays like that. When I really pay close attention to the simple plays, you know, because you do the simple plays at your, you know, the best, then you're going to be the best at it. So, you know, a lot of teams, especially off of last year, a lot of teams getting a lot of stretch plays on us. So, you know, watching film, I was just keying a lot of stretch formations, a lot of tendencies. A lot of times when the tight end will be wider than his usual, and then like it'll give me like a step, or like I can help the DN turn the line up wider, so that helped like the whole flow of the chain of the defense. So I definitely could say stretch plays.
How much of your film work is opponent, and how much is watching yourself?
I don't really watch myself. I would like usually watch myself probably Sunday, sometimes Monday, but in season, like I'm always just on to the next. Like I'll watch myself during practice. I'll watch some practice film after practice, and then I'm already like going back to the TV copy film, the breakdown film, trying to watch their trick plays, trying to watch the plays they run on third down. I'm always just on to what they, do. Because I already know, like, how I move. I already know how my body works. So I'm always, like, mainly just focused on watching the opponent.
How many hours in the film is this? Do you have an idea of like how many on an average week, how much time you spend in the film?
No, I don't really count it because, even though, like, I'm not in the film room, I still watch film on the iPad. So, I watch film. I always watch film before practice. I try to be, the first people here. But, we got some other people that, come in, get some extra work, either that's rehab or film too. And then after practice, I'll probably, like, sneak, like, a couple minutes, couple hours of film during class, so I'll get some film through there too. But I definitely try to, like, just repeatedly watch film throughout the entire day.
How early do you try to get here?
I usually get here around like 5:30.
5:30?
Yeah.
You like film at that time?
I get here like 5:30. Well, I leave like 5:30, get here around like 5:50, 5:40, and then, get my football clothes and everything ready. Then I'm probably up here by like 6.
Okay.
Yeah, but it pay off.
Drink coffee at night?
Yeah, I sleep great.
Drink coffee or?
No, I don't drink no coffee. I don't like none of that stuff. I just get up and get it.
Do you do a film study just by yourself, or are there others that you watch with?
Sometimes definitely Heem will come in around like 6:30, but others, we all got like our different routines. We be having rehab. That's like how I first developed my habits, like just waking up early and doing something before I had practice. Cause when I came in here, I was always injured, so I always had to come in at 5:30 anyway and do all this rehab for like an hour straight before practice. So, that already like just mentally trained me to, just since I don't gotta do rehab for that no more, just transition my time to the film room.
You talked about how all that film study's paid off. I think it was like a month ago. Narduzzi was saying that you're an all-AC linebacker, people are pushing for you to become All-American. How much do you notice what people are saying about you nationally or around the league?
Say that again?
How much do you notice maybe what people are saying about you and how good the season?
I don't really, focus on that type of things. I just try to keep, tunnel vision on the next team, the next opponent, and how can I help my people, win this game. That's the main thing I really just focus on. And, outside of that, everything else going to fall in line. Everybody that's, on the winning team that's going to be on the 13-0 team, like they're going to have awards that fall in line with that. So, main goal is to win, and everything else is going to fall in line.
What did you see from Louisville in your film review so far?
I don't know if the running back's going to be in or not, but, he definitely reminded me of the running back at SMU. He's short, quick, fast. So, he definitely going to have a lot of OZ plays, a lot of stretch plays, try to hit the field a lot of times. You got a couple condensed formations where they try to get behind the linebackers, and that's the main thing. Like, you're going to try to get behind the linebackers, or certain formation. They got this RPO play that they was doing a lot on us last year that they kept getting like, 7-10 yards. So, we stopped that play. It's probably going to be like the main play of the game. Then, it's our game.
You mentioned Rasheed. How has he done throughout this whole season? Getting more starting a lot few more games, more snaps. How do you see him grow from that special teams ace to being a true linebacker?
I'm proud of him, bro, because like, I always call him like, my twin shark, because we always, been sharks, and I really see like myself and him, and I bet he could say the same, because like, we don't make no excuses for ourselves. Like, whether like it's going to be hard to like, go up in the ranks and either trying to become a starter or like, like in terms of ACC or just national, we never make no excuses. And, like, no matter how your body feeling or anything, like, we going to put work in, There was a lot of times throughout the off season, me and him, it would just be us two. Like, we would just be working on, our pass rush, like just doing the same move over and over again, like hundreds of times, So it's like to see like all that like paying off like in front of my eyes, in front of his eyes, like, that's like just a byproduct of the work we do. So we're never gonna forget that. We just gonna keep putting in work this off season.
Where does the drive to get up so early and stay up so late, doing all this work? What kind of motivates you to do all this work and all this stuff?
Like some days I'm feel motivated, other days I ain't gonna feel motivated. Like no matter how I feel, like I definitely just, just condition myself like you gotta go, because who else gonna go for you, Like the same way for on the field, like you gotta go make this play. Don't wait for the next man. You gotta go make it. They count on you, Even before like people knew my name, just thinking the same way. Like you gotta be the person. You gotta be that person. Because if you waiting for the next man probably waiting for the next man. So who gonna do it?
How is this team dealing with adversity? It's going to get it back over the, get you guys back over the hump.
We've been dealing with adversity since summer. Since they pulled out the things that it was gonna be like the top 3 worst AC team or whatever, So we always been dealing with adversity every week this season. So, we're not letting that affect us. It seems like we're having a little trouble with this 3-loss straight, but we keeping the same demeanor throughout practice every week. And, we probably was slacking during the week we played SMU, especially I could speak on our defensive side, with the missed tackles and that showed in the game. But we never changed our demeanor for any week. So we obviously going to keep going harder because this is our 3rd loss now. We can't have any more. But, we're gonna keep balling definitely for the people that's their last season here and the people that's trying to step up. We're going to keep making plays, keep balling.
Kyle, after that Clemson game, you said, you guys are losing, you got to turn it around. Just how hungry are you guys to turn it around?
We starving. This is, like, I could probably speak on every player here. Like, this is embarrassing. Like, no matter if you're not in the HC championship contenders anymore or anything outside of that, like, it's still you playing for the, the name on your chest. So, we got so much people that looking out for us, especially when we was on that 7-0 run. We had, national attention. So, we got to stop now. We can't go 7-0 to 7-5, So we starving to, stop this hump right now, get over it, and then, just win out the rest of the season.
That Syracuse game, maybe Pitt 6, I think your jersey got rips. Did you think that? Did you keep it?
I got that hung up on my wall right now. I'm waiting for my mom to come back, and then I'm going to give it to her, and she just going to put it in the room where all my other stuff is at.
Did you get, like, framed or something?
Yeah, I got it nice in the frame box. Like, I made purposely sure that, the rip part is showing and all that. So, yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect.
You didn't come down, just you caught the ball, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I love that. That was probably, like, my favorite play of the season, And just for them to let me keep that jersey, shout out to the equipment staff. The first thing, as soon as I got out the game in the locker room, my mom said, hey, I saw the pick 6. She don't know that much football, so I didn't even know if she was going to know a pick 6 or not. But she said, like, you look so fast running the ball. Can I get the jersey? I said, yeah, I got you, Bob. So, yeah.
Kyle, thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
How much more attention do you find yourself getting on passing plays now than you did in maybe the first couple games of the season?
To be honest, I don't really know, but we just like everybody that's out there. We try to get them ways to get the ball. No matter if I'm in there, Derek Davis, we just find ways, try to give us the ball, whether that's in the passing game or the run game. So I don't really know.
Well, I mean, from like the defense, like, is it harder for you to sneak out and get open for some of those throws?
Not really. I wouldn't say that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
I noticed at the end, near the end of a couple games already, maybe more than a couple, you've been pretty good in the game. How are you feeling now? What kind of beating are you taking? How do you feel now
I'm feeling good. I'm ready to go Saturday. Just sore. Coming to towards the end of the season. Everybody bodies. Get there. So, it's just really just soreness. But yeah, I'm ready to go for Saturday.
What keeps you going during the game?
Sure. I want to win. So that's all I be thinking about. Whether I just want to go out there and help win, whether I'm hurt or not. So, and I know even though I'm hurt, I can still go out there and do a lot of things. So, yeah, I just want to win. Do whatever it takes to win.
Do you look at this season as like that you proved something?
Yeah, but I feel like I really ain't really proved nothing to a lot of people yet. I still feel like I got a lot of stuff to, prove to some people. So, that's always my mindset. I always got to prove, people wrong no matter what I'm doing. So, yeah.
How do you think Nate did against Clemson? What did you think about the performance in the offense overall?
Nate, he played real good Clemson game. As a quarterback, you're gonna always make mistakes. There's no quarterback that doesn't make mistakes. But yeah, he played real good. He was calm. He was into it, and you could tell. So yeah, he played real good.
When you jumped for the pylon there in the Clemson game, how was your ankle feeling at that point?
I wasn't even worried about how my ankle was feeling. I was trying to score. Well, yeah, it was bothering me a little bit, but yeah, I wanted to score, so I wasn't even worried about it.
You must have a high threshold for pain.
Oh yeah. I dealt with pain before my whole life, so I'm used to it.
That's not that. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Des, it seems like, you're slippery out there. You can fire off these huge runs like you do. Just what's it like when you start seeing the field like that? You're getting past these guys, you see the gap, you hit it, and you're firing off an 8-yard run. Just what's that like?
It's fun, just doing that. Especially when you know what the play is, then you already know like where it's supposed to go and what's supposed to happen. It's real exciting. I'm just happy that I'm able to make plays, and I just want to continue making plays.
As a group, what do you need to do to get back to where you were earlier in the season as an offense?
I think we just all just need to focus on what we need to do. Everybody do their own job, worry about what they got to do, and we'll be good. The focus level, I still think we got to get that right. We just got to be focused. That's really it.
After that play that you dove towards the pylon, there was the sequence that backed you guys up offensively. This week, how have you guys sort of taken that and learned from that whole sequence?
That's what I'm saying. Like with the focus, we all just got to be focused. We try to practice that. In practice, we try to not have any penalties. We have the refs out there. So, that's every week we try to work on. Just trying to be perfect. Not having no penalties. Just not having no MAs. We just want to be perfect, and that's all we practice. So we trying to cut them penalties down, because that hurt us last game, and we don't want that to happen again. So yeah, that's what we've been working on.
How big is the sense of urgency right now among the offense to get it right in these final 2 games?
Say that again.
How big is the sense of urgency to get everything right in these final 2 games?
Oh yeah, these past couple games, we've been down a little bit, but we only could take it one game, at a time. So every week we try to focus on what we need to do, and the game plan and all that stuff. And I know we're gonna be good though this game for sure. Just got to be focused. That's really it.
You feel like you're maybe setting an example for other FCS players, like, hey, I made the jump to the ACC. You can do it too.
Oh yeah, I definitely feel like that. That's what type of I wanted to do that. I wanted to show everybody that FCS. It don't matter if you're FCS. You if you could play, you could play. I feel like FCS, FBS is no difference. So I'm showing that, and I hope other FCS players get the chance. Come to a bigger platform and do that. Do what they could do.
Did that for you? Kind of that example from when you watched growing up and saw that they were able to play big time college football.
Can you repeat it?
Was there anyone who's maybe closer to your size that you watched growing up that was kind of that example for you and showed that you could play this level?
Growing up, watching running backs, I like smaller backs, obviously. But I know a lot of they haven't went through what I went through, going from FCS, but I liked watching LaShawn McCoy. He was my favorite running back. He the same type of guy I am, both smaller guys. So he was one guy that I watched a lot growing up. Just his playing style. That's really it. But I haven't really seen like a lot of. Well, I haven't watched any guys that did what I did. Not trying to brag or nothing, that's just, yeah.
Whether it's through social media or whatever, many of those FCS guys, maybe old teammates or guys you competed against, like reached out to you, like, man, like you're opening the door, you're showing, or we're proud of you, or anything like that.
Oh yeah. A lot of, especially all my guys that's at Western Carolina, they always hitting me up. I still talk to them, a lot. We talk a lot before the games. They just check up on me, So even the coaches, because it's on Clemson. I think it was Clemson. Some of their coaches was at an FCS school last year, and I played against them. So, they came up to me before the game and been telling me, like, you doing your thing, keep doing that, and they proud of me and all that. So, that's how it is. Yeah.
What has Daniel meant to you this season? Obviously, because of the injury against Clemson, but what has he meant to you this season? How have you seen him progress throughout the year?
He the big brother in the group. He the leader. A lot of the stuff we do, we go off of him. He's been a big thing on me. I feel like he kind of helped me a lot. Just learning how, Power 5, Power 4, how the whole process go. He's a cool guy. He that person you want to be around. And even that he's hurt, you can still see the smile on his face. You can't even tell there's something wrong with him. I much love for him. And I don't think a lot of the running backs would be, doing what they doing without him.
And the final? Des, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.